Hello everyone, good evening. Thank you all for joining us. Let's continue with this exciting Master Shino explanation during this GuanYin Qi.
这个识啊，什么叫识呢？识是分别，分别，然后你明白了。
This consciousness, what is consciousness? Consciousness is discrimination. Discrimination, afterwards you have clarity.
什么叫智呢？智是不需要分别，不需要分别就明白。
What is wisdom? Wisdom does not require discrimination. Without discrimination, you just know.
现在俺们念观世音菩萨，就是要念到六根门头放光动地。
Now we recite GuanYin Bodhisattva. We are to recite until the gateways of the six sense organs emit light and quake the earth.
六根门头放光，大地六边震动。这是得到一点点的响应分。
The gateways of the six sense organs emit light and quake the earth and quake the great earth in six ways. This is attaining a tiny share of spiritual resonance.
就问了，说是眼睛也有智慧，耳朵也有智慧。耳朵智慧是什么样子呢？
Someone then asked, saying the eyes also have wisdom, the ears also have wisdom. What is the wisdom of the ears? Like.
耳朵是可以听，眼睛是也可以看，这怎么会有智慧？
The ears can only hear, the eyes can only see. How could this have wisdom?
舌头也有智慧，鼻子也有智慧。我听这个人有智慧，没有。
The tongue also has wisdom. The nose also has wisdom. I hear this person has wisdom. Audio cuts off here.
智慧就是大用，既可以看，又可以听，又可以吃东西，又可以闻，
Wisdom just is great function. Not only can it see, it can also hear, it can also eat things, it can also smell.
见闻嗅尝觉知，眼睛可以具足这六种的。
Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, feeling, and knowing. The eyes are able to carry out all the six kinds of functions.
看百千万种的颜色。
Seeing hundreds, thousands, and tens of thousands of kinds of colors.
用心里去想啊，这是白色的，那是红色的，那是蓝色的，那是黑色的，那是黄色的。
Do not use the mind to think, this is white, that is red, that is blue, that is black, and that is yellow.
不要分别，不要这么想去分析这个颜色。
Do not discriminate, do not think this way and proceed to analyze the colors.
百千万种的颜色同时可以分别，可以清楚这种种的颜色。
It can distinguish hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of colors simultaneously. It can clearly know the various colors.
也具足六根的这个作用，也有这个见闻嗅尝觉知这种功能
It is also able to carry out all the functions of the six sense organs and has the abilities of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, feeling, and knowing.
耳朵又可以看东西，又可以听东西，又可以闻东西，又可以尝东西触又可以知道。
The ear can also see things, can also hear things, can also smell things, can also taste things, can also touch, and can also know.
说实这一种的智慧我不希望有，为什么呢？
One might say, I do not wish to have this kind of wisdom. Why is that?
我觉得这如果一个耳朵就有这么多的用处，这很麻烦的吧。
I feel that if just one ear has so many functions, wouldn't this be very troublesome?
耳朵也睁着吃，眼睛也睁着吃，嘴也睁着吃，你说我要用哪一根去吃东西呢？这不是麻烦事情吗？
The ears also compete to eat. The eyes also compete to eat. The mouth also competes to eat. Tell me, which sense organ should I use to eat things? Isn't this troublesome?
他们要真正的打起来怎么办呢？ 不会。
If they compete and then start fighting, what should be done? That won't happen.
他们他吃他就不吃，不会争的，因为他们这个六根互用的境界。
If this one eats, that one just won't eat. They will not compete because this is the state of the mutual functioning of the six sense organs.
不会互相争的，是互用，而不是互争。他们彼此都没有什么贪心的。
They will not mutually contend. It is mutual functioning, not mutual contention. They do not have any greed toward one another.
这个贪心就是帮助这个身体，你想吃东西也是帮助这个身体。
This mind of greed is to help this body. When you feel like eating, it is also to help this body.
所以只有一根呢，把这个事情办了，其余的那五根呢，也都很欢喜。
So only one sense organ takes care of this matter. As for the remaining 5 sense organs, they are also very happy.
好了，你这么不懒惰，你做办6根的事情你都办了，那最好了。
All right, since you are so not lazy, you do it. Take care of all the matters of our 6 sense organs. That would be best.
那5根你休息。所以呢，这就叫智慧啊，因为它不会互相彼此给麻烦，所以这叫智慧。
Then the other 5 sense organs rest. Therefore, this is called wisdom, because they will not mutually give one another trouble. Therefore, this is called wisdom.
这种的智慧，耳头百千万种的音声。
With this kind of wisdom, the ears clearly differentiate hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of sounds.
大音声、小音声、粗音声、细音声、好音声、坏音声。
Loud sounds, quiet sounds, coarse sounds, fine sounds, good sounds, bad sounds.
无论你是长短高低平这个声音呢，它都分得清清楚楚的。
Regardless of how the sound is like, long, short, high, low, or level, this sound, the ear distinguishes them all clearly.
百千万种的音声同时具作。
Hundreds, thousands, and 10 of thousands kinds of sounds are produced simultaneously.
好像这个马声、牛声、猪声、狗声这个蚊虫声。
Like the sound of horses, the sound of cows, the sound of pigs, the sound of dogs, and the sound of mosquitoes and insects.
无论什么声它不需要分别，而清清楚楚的各种的声音。
Regardless what sound it is, the ear does not need to discriminate, yet all the various sounds are clear and distinct.
这鼻子也是这样，舌也是这样，身也是这样，意也是这样。
The nose is also like this, the tongue is also like this, the body is also like this, and the mind is also like this.
这叫6根门头放光动地。
This is called the gateways of the 6 sense organs emit light and quake the earth.
想6根门头都有智慧的话，
Okay, let's stop.
全面观察。
Let's go back over this section. What do you think so far? Is that far-fetched? What is he talking about? He's talking about you. What you are capable of doing yourself. He's not talking about anyone else. He's talking about this is what you truly can do yourself. But no, you're more interested in more insignificant stuff, like eating, like drinking, like sensual pleasures. And you're so proud of it because you're so smart. You excel at doing those things. You excel at making money. You excel at playing. And you're so proud of it, whereas you forget about what you truly are capable of being, of doing, if you only give yourself a chance. This is what I want you to take from this section today. You have this incredible potential, these powerful things, and you don't need to believe it. The fact that is that not many people will be able to hear this. Many of those who can hear this will not buy into it, actually would criticize us as superstition, as some sort of cult. Be careful. This comes from the Buddha's teachings. It didn't come from Master Hsuan. Master Hsuan only repeated the Buddha's teachings from the Shrangama Sutra. This is the highest level of wisdom that you can ever achieve. This is you. It's not talking about anyone else. It's about you. And this is important for you. I want you to hear about this. This tonight's section is kind of interesting to me because I want you to stop underestimating yourself and settle for the insignificant, the ikya. It's hard for you to believe this, but if you were to have a chance to go to the Western Bliss Pureland, which not all of you will be able to, hopefully most of you will be able to, but not all of you will be able to. You go there in one lifetime, you'll be able to experience this yourself. So what all we're doing is introduce you to these concepts that you will be able to experience yourself. I want you to have a big picture. Don't be distracted by small, insignificant things. Yes, there's nothing wrong with having fun. But don't lose sight of the big picture of who you really are. Don't pigeonhole yourself into something so small, so insignificant. It's so pitiful. You're so full of yourself. This is what's stopping you. You don't believe. What proof do you have? Does the Buddha have to prove to you that he has wisdom? Anyone? Huh? It's not even Master Hsuan. This is the Buddha's teachings. He didn't invent this. He didn't make this up. He's repeating the Buddha's teachings in words, in simple words, so that we can all understand. It's a gift. So as we go through this, I would do it differently than he does, because the way he does it would cause a lot of problems, okay, in terms of raising more questions. That really helps, okay. This is fantastic. This is way beyond your imagination. It's for a purpose. It's beyond your intellect, beyond your understanding. It doesn't matter how hard, how smart you are, how educated you are. You could be genius. You could be the smartest man on earth. You will not be able to comprehend this. It's impossible. And yet, the Buddha has to tell us. Master Xinhuan says, yes, I have to tell you. Why? Because some of you will be able to believe it. Many of you won't believe it, but at least you heard of it. And you need to hear more times before you begin to develop faith. So what you're doing tonight is to give yourself that chance to know who you really are. And also give a lot of others on YouTube, on the internet, a chance to hear this as well. If it weren't the case, it's not enough for Master Xinhuan to talk about this. It's not enough for me to spend time here with you. Don't sell yourself short. This is why these things, these teachings here are supposed to help you broaden your mind and believe and discover who you really are. And the reason you're not there is because you so small-minded. You're always calculating, what's in it for me? Huh? I'm not happy. I'm not getting what I want. And because of that, you never give yourself a chance. It's so pitiful. It's so sad. You have no fun. What's so important to you is so insignificant. Again, I want to stress to you, there's nothing wrong with having fun, nothing wrong with enjoying yourself. But don't make it as the only thing that matters in life for you. That's the way. Don't shoot yourself in the foot so that you give up on the chance to be able to do this, to get to this level. Do you hear me? You can do whatever you want. You can go and try experiment, but do not cross that line. Because when you cross that line, okay, it will be a long, long time. Long, long time before you'll be able to realize your full potential. Okay? I know my teacher, we heard Master Xinhuan. Master Xinhuan says, if you hear my name, I vow that I will never become a Buddha until you become a Buddha. Okay? It's not true. Don't be stupid. He became a Buddha way before these people who shoot themselves in the foot. Way before these losers. I hope you're not one of them. Are you? I'll be glad to show you the door so that you can join these losers. Yes, there's a question here, 8.
Master, I have 2 questions. One, what is the line that we cannot cross? Second, as a layperson, I kind of have the responsibility of enjoying a life with my family, kind of create good conditions for my kids, do normal things like have fun with them, take them to vacations, so on and so forth. So, what should a layperson do?
You find out about that line. We're not insensitive. We don't expect you to understand everything. It's my job. It's our jobs to remind you when you get close to it. When we come to our temples, I teach you about doing the right things. And give you warnings too. You pay attention, I give you plenty of warnings that you're approaching the danger zones. No one is telling you to renege on your obligations, commitment to your family. That's part of the middle way. Yes, JMT.
Amitabha Master, I would like to ask you about the 12 great vows of GuanYin Pusa, especially 3. I don't know what they are referring to, so I would like to ask you for your explanation. The first one is the vow number 2 that says, homage to the Toscom one, GuanYin, whose single thought is unobstructed, and vowing to constantly dwell in the Southern Sea. Could you please explain what is referring to the Southern Sea?
I have to look at the Chinese text, okay? I don't trust your translations.
Oh, okay.
I understand it better if I look at the Chinese text, okay? So why don't you text to us and give us the questions or the vow, which vow you're asking, because
okay.
Then I can look at the Chinese text. Why don't you do that? Let me continue with this thing here. Okay, and so this is very important, folks. I want you to open your mind, okay, and most importantly, do not reject it. You don't need to understand, but don't say, this is superstition, this is nonsense. You're creating a sacrilegious thing that the great sages, the Buddha, spend the time to help share with us. And you're creating serious offenses. That's all. Okay? If you don't believe, you let it go in one ear, go out the other. Okay? Don't even raise the thought of not belief. Just let it go in. And if you're curious, you can ask. Okay? This is very important, folks. There's no way for you to understand. All right? Here, let me start first, right here, with slide 38. You see, you can't appreciate the great explanation from Master Shinwa. It is so great of an explanation that people don't appreciate it. I look at this, because I walked in here, I sat down, I look at the first slide, I said, oh wow, this is so fascinating. Okay, yeah. Most monks would not be able to explain this. Most monks would not understand this. Okay? My generation, for sure, they don't get it. So that's why I'm going to explain it to you, hoping you understand more than my generation. Then I'd be happy. Okay? What is consciousness? Consciousness is your awareness that arises from your discrimination mind. You want to discriminate, that's why there's consciousness. You want better. You want more. You want pleasant. You don't want unpleasant. Because your discrimination, this is why there's consciousness. Okay? You ask for it. You said, I do not want unpleasant things. That's why naturally your thinking mind says, okay, no problem. I will help you discriminate what's unpleasant so that you can avoid it. Does it make sense to you? You create your own consciousness because of your greed, because of your discriminations. Isn't it interesting? You asked for it. That's why you got it. You got it and said, when you whine, oh, but I'm not sure I want this. Make up your mind, losers. You want to discriminate. And once you have it, but I really don't think I like to see this. Isn't it interesting how life is? And these poor people like Master Shiro have to put up with losers like us. We can't make up our minds. So, going back here, it's very interesting. The consciousness, because of your discrimination. That's why there's consciousness. Is that clear? Well, how does it work? It's fascinating. You discriminate. So that's why naturally all your consciousness is your sensors, okay? Gather information and excels at gathering information. That is for most of you normal people. Some of you are kind of bad at hearing. So your hearing is not as good. Okay, some obstructions there. Okay. Some of you can't see like myself. Without my glasses, you're all blurry. Okay. So we all have obstructions. We all have limitation. But our senses, our consciousness, our five consciousnesses from the ears, the eyes, the nose, and so forth, they arise because we insist on discriminating. When you were younger, you were so happy. You're happy-go-lucky. As you get older and you are conditioned by society and by greed from your parents, and it's always your parents' fault. Remember that? Huh? It all came from our parents. Our unhappiness, our difficulties really originated from our parents. They wanted us to discriminate. Don't blame on the Buddha. Blame it on me. I'm just a messenger. Huh? So anyway, so when you're younger, the kids, they're happy-go-lucky, they're happy. You give them ice cream, they like it. And then for the first time they have ice cream, they enjoy it. And then they demand more ice cream. That's us. Does it make sense? That's us. And then we give them chocolate. We give them Hershey's chocolate, Hershey's Kisses. They like it. Oh, it's so sweet. And then one day we give them Ghirardelli chocolate, which is a little bit better than Hershey's, a bit better quality, not as sweet, more pure. Okay, Hershey's is a lot of stuff, a bit of flour in there, They have foreign substances, we don't know where. Mars maybe, the moon, we don't know, okay? But when you go to Ghirardelli chocolate, it's a little bit pure chocolate. So now the kids say, oh, Ghirardelli chocolate tastes better. So now they say, next time I want something that good. Remember? So that's how we get corrupted ourselves. It's all your parents' faults. All they have to do is give you the same chocolate the rest of your life. You have no problems. Is that clear? And be careful when you get married, when you get older and get married. Same thing. You're perfectly happy with Hershey's chocolate. But then our wives, in the name of love, she gives us Lindt chocolate. She says, you deserve better. Okay, she gives Lindt chocolate. And then this innocent man here who only knew Hershey's chocolate his entire life until he meets his loving fiancée and wife, now he wants Lindt, no more Hershey's. That's life conditioning. Okay, but this is what happens. See the distinction I gave you about Hershey's or Lindt, and I prefer Laderac, by the way. Remember that name? But don't give me any. I don't want to get... I just came back from Europe. I gained like 10 pounds. Okay. Anyway. Conscience, you see how I explain it differently from Master Shinhua? This is correct, but I relate it for you, how it functions in your little heads. Okay? The loser's heads, I call it. Inside here. This is how the wiring works inside of you. Okay? You want the discrimination. That's why your mind is so happy to comply, to please you. Okay, so your mind is wired to discriminate. When it brings in information, it discriminates. Okay, and that's how 明白 here is not clarity. What's 明白 in Chinese? Come on, China people. What's 明白? These are our own people's translation, so I can't blame my losers, peers, okay? What's 明白? It's so clear, everyone. I hear it in the Chinese movies constantly. The boss says, you got it? 明白? I got it. Huh? Am I right? Is my Chinese okay? Thank you, coming. Okay? So 明白 is you understand. You get it. So the function of the sixth consciousness, that's why it has understanding. Sixth consciousness is that it gets all the information and then it decides on, this is my understanding. So you have these five sense organs. You have like you go to a symphony in Berlin Philharmonic. It's a beautiful building here. You walk in there and your eyes are, oh wow, look, this gorgeous architecture. Okay? And then they start the music, and the ears, they filled with this beautiful, beautiful music. And you see, your five sense organs are bringing in all sorts of information, and your mind, okay, the sixth consciousness, that's your thinking mind, it takes all of that and it says, wow, I like this. This is better than the San Francisco Symphony. It understands. You get it? He gets all of that and says, oh, I get it. But compared to what I've heard before, this is better. So that's what 明白 means. That's what your mind is doing constantly. It's processing to arrive at a judgment, at a conclusion, at an understanding. That's your conscious mind right there. Sound familiar? That's what's going on in your little heads constantly. Little heads, little heads, little heads. Isn't that cool? What happens to all of us? Yes, Seven.
Today, when I was doing the reciting of all of it, and I was in a lot of pain in different areas, and as you were going through it, I remembered there was moments that it was in the ears, or it was especially right here where in my nose, and I can smell better and I can hear better now. And I just wanted to know, why was there, I still did it. I made sure to endure and go through, but why was there pain? Is there a reason?
I hate to tell you, young lady, you're in pain because you've been naughty.
Okay.
Endure. You don't need to understand. Why you don't need to understand? I explained this. I take the time, the last half hour is explained to you, 40 minutes explained to you that this understanding is not that important. People demand to understand. Judges need to understand because that's how they earn their raison d'etre. Huh? A doctor needs to give you a diagnosis. Okay? It's okay, it's understandable. But you're here, young lady, you're here to cultivate, you're here to endure, so that one day you'll be able to activate all this without thinking. And we come to that. Okay?
Thank you.
Such a cool thing. Okay? So I want you to understand this. You see how you've been functioning right there. Your sense organs, your nose, your ears, your eyes, your touch, and your mind gathers all the information and arrives at an understanding because you demand it. You demand to understand. Okay? That's what you want. You insist on, I need to understand this. What is Master Yong talking about? Can I get it or not? I don't get it, it's a waste of my time. Okay? You demand constantly to understand. And that's how it functions. You hear my facial expression, you hear the noise, and you smell your neighbors who has not taken a shower yet today. All those help you arrive at an understanding because it's inspiring you. Say, that's what happens when it's hot. People perspire. I perspire. I don't have AC like you. Yes, JC. Isn't that cool? It's so, you're such a marvelous being. You're able to do incredible things. You can understand so much. I should leave it there. I'm not done yet. Just have to be patient. I don't have to. I have till 9 o'clock, right? Okay.
제가 9시까지죠?
Yes, go ahead.
네, 안녕하세요, 마스터. 지금 법문 내용이랑은 좀 다른 엉뚱한 질문일 수 있는데요. 그 예불 할 때, 다른 예불 할 때는 그 천천히 법당을 돌면서 하는데 왜 대회양 법문이 끝나고 대회양 할 때 중간에 빠르게 거의 뛰듯이 도는지 궁금합니다.
Master, this is a different topic. During the ceremony, we usually walk very slowly, but during the transference, could you please explain why we run and walk fast?
During the great transference, during the recitation, you walk slowly because it helps us contemplate. Okay, when you walk slowly, then you have more time to contemplate what you are reciting. But during the great transference, the design of great transference is, number one, exercise. Okay, we want you to run so that during the day you walk, but really the blood is not moving that much. So during the great transference, we want to restore balance to you by making you run, increase the blood flow, and give you some exercises. Okay, that's the first reason. Reason number two. When the kids are here, they love it. Okay, they're happy. When they're happy, we're happy. You adults are so boring, you walk around. But the kids, and they're so happy running around. It's so lovely. And that's how we like to cultivate. Enjoy ourselves sometimes. We suffer all day. Okay? So in the great transference, we like to enjoy ourselves a little. All right. Let me continue with this before I forget what I want to say. in so many slides. Okay? So after Master Shinho explained to us, this is how you function. This is how we all function normally. We are encouraged to discriminate. We're rewarded to discriminate well. Okay? And our conscious mind is constantly discriminating because our conscious mind is a people pleaser. It kisses up to everyone else. Okay? So, that's a state of someone who has no wisdom. Master Shinhwa says, if you're like that, that means you have no wisdom. Why? Because wisdom is a state of no discrimination. Why is it important? Your conscious mind has to process all sorts of information from the 5 sense organs compared to the past data. They have the current data they're processing. They compare to the past data. Remember my example for the Berlin Philharmonic versus the San Francisco Philharmonic? I gave you the example right there. And, I process all the sense organs. I say, oh, this is what the Berlin Philharmonic experience like. And then immediately, my 6th consciousness, my 7th consciousness said, how does it compare to the San Francisco Philharmonic? Okay? And it pulls up the old information because I've been to the San Francisco Philharmonic. Okay? And this 6th consciousness then processes it and says, not as good. You see? It's constantly processing, understanding. 明白了. It gets it. And we're so proud. We say, oh, I'm so sophisticated. How many people, how many monks can be like me? Yes, 5. That's a 3rd level understanding. You got that? Understand Philharmonic, Berlin, and then San Francisco, compare it. And a 3rd understanding. How many people can be like me? Wow. So we constantly are discriminating. It's a form of self-torture. We're not happy. We're processing. And processing more and more. Because the more we process, the more discrimination we have, the happier, the more proud we become. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm really special, am I not? You keep on tormenting yourself. We keep on tormenting ourselves. Yes?
So, Master, we should go back eating Hershey's chocolate?
It's your life. You choose to do whatever you want. You can choose to go back to eating Hershey's chocolate. You can choose to run away from yourself, from life, from whatever. It's your life. I don't care. Frankly, my dear. What's the expression?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Thank you. Got that? It's your life. I'm not going to judge you. I don't care. Whatever turns you on, do it. Okay. The beautiful thing is just 2 slides he presents to us. Okay? One contrast says, this is how you are. You discriminate. That brings you the understanding, knowledge, the understanding. Okay? But what you don't realize is that there's something called wisdom that only arises, let me paraphrase slide 39 for you, that wisdom only arises when you do not demand to understand. This is an insult to smart people, to your professors. So we've been conditioned through our education, through our training, to discriminate. So the more we discriminate, the less wise we become, the further we are from our true wisdom. The Chanchi is an opportunity for you, just for the duration, to discriminate less, just to follow along and stop your discriminations. That's all you have to do. Forget you're Vietnamese. Forget you're Chinese. Forget you're a professor. Forget you're a superior person. Just recite GuanYin Bodhisattva's name. Forget you're a novice. Forget it. I even forgot about you. And that's why I have to remind myself, 7:08, my alarm goes up. Gotta go to work. Okay? Just recite the Bodhisattva's name. Don't discriminate. Just do it. If the leg hurts, don't say, how come my legs hurt? Because when the question there implies that you discriminate, you say, I don't want my legs to hurt. Is that clear? Don't. Just do it. Don't say, why is it taking so long? How many days you have to do this? How long you have to do this? What is that? Discrimination. What's in it for me? Discrimination. Why isn't Master here? Discrimination. You discriminate against your own master. Shame on you. Got it? So, if you stop discriminating, just do it. One day, you do it long enough, you'll be able to open your wisdom. When you stop, when your mind is trained and conditioned to stop discriminating, your wisdom comes to the fore. It's activated. But no, you're too smart. You keep on discriminating. I'm not sure it's a good thing. I'm not sure it's good for me. I'm not sure it is consistent with my desires, what I want. Oh, it doesn't seem to help my depression. Sounds like discrimination. And then someone is thinking, how come he's waited until Thursday night to tell us that? What does that sound like? Discrimination. Stop it. Why couldn't he say it earlier? What is that? Discrimination. And the Korean people, how come he went to Korea? He didn't teach us? Discrimination. Yes, DTT.
Master, is it a good time to practice not trying to understand during your lecture? Honestly, I always try to understand and see how I can apply that to my life and stuff. But should I just try not to think about it, just let one ear in and one eye out during your lecture?
What a really good question. It sounds stupid, but actually it's a pretty good question. It sounds like discrimination from my part, huh? If you're saying, I don't want to understand, I just want to listen, I don't want to understand. Okay? Because you're so smart. From slide 39, you said, then I don't want to discriminate, I don't want to understand anymore. Okay? What is that called? Master Z, what does it sound like to you, Master Z? Help out this DTT person.
It sounds like discrimination.
Discrimination, thank you very much. Anyone else have a question? Anyone else? Open your mouth and ask. And the answer is? Together? Can I hear it from you? It sounds like discrimination. Now she doesn't dare ask anymore. So what a way to make you feel so stupid. Huh?
Master, we cannot discriminate at all? Like there's no time that's appropriate to discriminate and try to understand? I know I'm discriminating, but just like...
It's part of your journey. You start with discrimination. This is what brought you here. Let's face it. Because you look for answers elsewhere, many places. You did not find the answers. Okay? So your discriminations brought you here. Okay? And you've been here like how long now? 2 years, 3 years now? Huh? How many years? 3 months?
2 years.
2 years.
And a few more months.
2 years, okay? Over 2 years, okay? Okay, what have you noticed?
Me?
Mm-hmm. You
I
discriminate.
changed a lot.
You discriminate more or you discriminate less?
Both.
You discriminate less.
Sometimes. Sorry, what, Master?
You discriminate less, but you're more demanding.
Yes, I'm more demanding. I discriminate faster, but also sometimes I don't discriminate.
That's right. That's what I mean by you discriminate less. So I'm trying to tell you from her own mouth about that. Put words in her mouth. That is, she discriminates less. That's a natural progression. It's perfectly okay to be curious and ask questions. Okay? That's a natural process. Eventually will help you bring to a state of non-discrimination. Okay? So far, so good? But there's nothing wrong with asking questions. There are people, because when you ask questions, it's for a lot of people, not just for yourself. In particular, there's some people who have a lot of issues, but are scared to bring it up because they're afraid that I would dissect their stupidity and the things that they don't want others to know. It takes courage, folks. You dare ask a question, I will dissect you like I dissect a frog. Okay? And in the process, I teach you to become less fearful. The people who don't dare to ask questions live in fear forever. All right. Okay. So, you being trained to discriminate less and less and less, so that eventually it will help you open your wisdom. This is not something that the Hinayana side of the Buddhist practices can bring you, can offer you. Only, I don't want to name any other practices, okay? I want you to only remember one. In Mahayana is the only place. When you go to look for it, okay, that will help you open this wisdom by training you to discriminate less, not more. We're not asking you to become stupid. We're only asking you that during the GuanYin Qi, when you were here, discriminate less. After you're done, go back and be a loser again. That's the middle way. Yes, 3.
Thank you, Master. We have a question from YouTube. But first, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude for our entire YouTube audience for joining us from wherever you are in the Saha world. Amitofo. The question is from Lena Cultivator. Lena asks, I have a stupid question. Are we discriminating against discrimination?
When you discriminate, it doesn't matter what you discriminate, you're a loser already. You are obscuring your own wisdom. So does it matter what you discriminate? All right, next slide. When we recite One Shuyin Bodhisattva, we are to recite into the gateways of the six sense organs, emit light, and quake the earth. What is he talking about? He's reaffirming for you, for all of us, that don't look very far. Don't look for something exotic. Don't look for something so special. All you have to do is recite the Bodhisattva's name, and that recitation alone will bring you to the state where your six sense organs emit light and quake the earth. Mean that by reciting the Bodhisattva's name, you can become enlightened. Right there. Don't look far, too far. It's right there. Just recite the Bodhisattva's name. Drop everything else. All right? And he goes, I think his style is that he wants to talk about how you emit light and quake the earth and so forth. I don't care to go into it, because opens a can of worms where people start asking me, about emitting light and then quaking in the earth and so forth. There's 6 ways of quaking and so forth. It's too much. I don't know. I don't remember them all because I don't like to talk about it. Okay? Yeah. The great ways is 6 sense organs emit light and quake the earth in 6 ways. 6 ways. See, somehow I remember 6 ways. This is attaining. I was busy early when they were reading this, so I was busy. I was working a little, and so it has. Yeah, I remember the quaking has 6 ways of quaking. Okay, and again, the Buddha explained that in the Shrangama Sutra. This is attaining a tiny share of spiritual response. Let's stop using resonance. Use GuanYin. GuanYin is GuanYin is to response, share spiritual response. Okay, keep it simple. Resonance is some sort of academic things. For us spiritually, we talk about response. Okay, something wonderful that happens, that happens to you, that happen naturally to you because of your hard work. Okay, you will have responses. All of us will have responses. And you discover the more you do it, the more responses will occur, and more, and more, and more. To the point where you say, okay, I'm going to get 20 responses today, 30 tomorrow, 15 the day after. After a while, you don't count them anymore. It's like, I have responses. Okay? So, you recite the Bodhisattva's name, you will obtain responses. All right? Someone then asks, the eyes will have wisdom, ears also have wisdom. What is wisdom of the ears like? You see, as soon as you try to discriminate, give them more information, people ask questions. They go, tell me more, please tell me more. Okay? And I prefer not to explain, because number one, I don't know how to explain to you. How come I don't know how to explain to you? Because I don't have any wisdom of the ears. Okay, my ears are near deaf. At my age, I'm happy I'm able to hear you. Never mind about having ear wisdom. Okay? So that's why I don't know what the ear wisdom is like. It's just endless. You keep on talking and asking and asking. And it's perfectly okay. You're entitled to ask. I'm simply telling you that I don't know how to answer you because I don't know. Right? I also have wisdom. What is some of the ears like? Ears can only hear. Eyes can only see. How could this have wisdom? It refers to the fact that the eyes, okay, is able to have knowledge without going through the thinking mind. That's why it's called wisdom. It doesn't need. It's referring to the fact that you take a look. You don't need to say, oh, that's a nun. Take a look and you say, I don't like this person. It's so dark. Stay away from this guy. You don't need to think. You look at it. Bad news. Or, oh, Buddha. You hear. You say, oh, heavenly music. You don't think. You don't need to think. Okay? The tongue has wisdom, nose has wisdom. Okay? And when you talk about this, and you say, you're going to ask, down there you ask, who has wisdom? Can Master point out to me who has wisdom? See? It's endless. As soon as you go into this, okay? But lucky for him, people back then were losers. They didn't dare ask questions. It's like, unlike you nowadays, you feel entitled to ask questions. Tell me why. Because you don't tell me why, I won't believe you. I want you to believe me. That's why I don't want you to ask questions. Avoid putting myself that will enable you to ask me questions that I can't answer. Never mind. It's too complicated. Okay. Interesting thing about slide 45, I want you to understand this is an important concept. Folks, it doesn't matter you understand or not. I want you to understand, to know about these quintessential concepts in Mahayana that only Master Shewa talks about. I don't hear anyone talk about, or even those people who talk about, they read it from a book somewhere. They really don't know what they're talking about. Okay? I went to Taiwan. I listened to some of these well-known Taiwanese monks, so-called light monks. They talk about a lot of these words from the scriptures. But I look at them and say, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay? But what he's talking about here, when he talks about wisdom in Mahayana, is also known as great function. I want you to memorize it. Only in Mahayana you hear about substance and function. Outside of Mahayana, there's no such concepts. What are we talking about when we talk about substance and function? Talking about you. Your great substance. Your great substance is that of light, of freedom from depression. Well, many of you are depressed. That's why I talk about it tonight. Okay? The great substance is free from depression. It's so happy. That's all we're talking about. That's you. If you only give yourself a chance to get there. You don't believe? Not my problem. My job is to tell you. I'm not asking you to believe me. This is what the Buddha teaches. It's not my teachings. Okay? So substance is your Buddha substance. This is your wonderful you. Fantastic you. Yes. I don't know what that fantastic you looks like, but because I believe in my Buddha, this is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to help you rediscover your fantastic, your wonderful you, your wonderful substance, your true substance. You settle for so little things. You settle for so small gains, small advantages, small rewards. Okay? Because you have this great substance here. Okay? Look at it, for example, give you an example. It's a better example right now. Like gold. Gold has been depreciating, it gone down today, went down today, didn't it? Yeah. See, some people have been suffering. Today went up? Okay, then we talk about gold. Today is a good day to talk about gold. It went up today. Someone just reminded me. Okay? The substance there. Let's say your substance is not your flesh and bone. Actually, you are made of gold. Huh? You're made of gold. Is that enough? If you're made of gold, then what for? Right? So that's why in Buddhism, we talk about substance and function. If you have this beautiful thing called your Buddha nature, your great substance of a bodhisattva, a great substance of enlightened people, okay? Then you should be asking yourself, how do I use the substance of mind? What use is it? What good is it? Because if you think like that, then you understand about 大用, great function. You use your substance for the great uses, the great functions. This will help you refine your substance. Your gold becomes purer and purer and purer. You understand now why the concept in Mahayana about substance and function? Because the substance here, wherever your substance is, whatever it is, it's for a certain use. Because you use it properly, it will help you refine your substance until it becomes perfect. It has no more impurities. So that's why I certified many of you to become enlightened, meaning I certified for you to have great substance. And therefore, you have the responsibility to use your great substance to benefit others. You use your great substance to benefit others, will help you refine your great substance so that it's purer. You put your great substance to your great use, and that will help you refine your substance. Put it to great use, refines it. See a dual process. And this is why losers only see it as static. Master certified me, whoopee, I can retire. I made it. I'm special. I hate myself. When I look at myself in a video later, I sound like a tent preacher. Hallelujah. Can you see the big picture? It's a lot of fun. You got to find, explore, and you see your great substance. And this is why the losers over there, my master's, disciples, really a bunch of losers, when they hear me certifying people, oh, you are G's, oh, you are Ahats, oh. And they're so jealous. They said, oh, you can't say people that. Why do they say that? Because they're not even, they're so low level after 30, 40 years. It's just like first stage Ahat. I said, why? What's wrong with you? Didn't your brother, Dharma brothers, teach you anything? You really got nothing. 30 years, 40 year practice, you got nothing. What a crying shame. But the reason I tell you, I certify you, is to remind you, now you have the substance. You need to put it to good use. Don't waste it on stupid things. Don't waste it on losers, maybe? Huh? It pains me to see you waste your good substance on losers. Oh. It saddens my heart when I see these people with great substances and they say, oh, now I can retire, I can do as I please. No, when I certify you, then you have to work harder. When I tell you, you're 4A, remember who you are. You're 4A, you're 4th-stage Arhat. You have the substance of the 4th-stage Arhat. How many people nowadays have the substance of 4th-stage Arhat? Not that many. I saw a nun there, who came to my temple recently. After a lot of pain and suffering, I'm not going to tell you what level she is because her level is so low, it's not worth telling you about. But when I tell you 4A, it's a special substance. Anything that's 4A or higher is very special. You have the responsibility to put it to the proper use. If you put it to proper use, your substance will be refined. But if you certify you 4A, all you're thinking of is me, 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 and more of me, then you're always here. The good substance is for you to serve society, folks. It's not for you. I train you to serve society. I don't train you to serve yourself, your selfish desires. You understand now the concept of substance and function, great substance and great function? I certify you for a reason. Not to impress you, not to impress others. I can't care less. Why do I need to impress losers? I told the Koreans, when I went to Korea, I said, if 10,000 mosquitoes like you, it's not good for you. They come and suck your blood only. I'm trying to tell you how wonderful life can be better than where you are right now. Don't settle for so little. Okay? So this is the main thing. I don't care. I think this is where I can't help you elaborate on this because I don't want to. I can see, can hear, eat things, or smell. Yeah, good for you. They are able to carry out those 6 kinds of function. You need to know about this. The 6 sense organs are interchangeable so that the ears can eat. Okay, believe it or not, that's what the Buddha said. Master Shehuan did not invent this. This is in the Shurangama Sutra. The Buddha explained this. All right? Seeing hundreds and thousands of kinds of colors. Do not use the mind to think. This is why. Okay. Now, at this stage here, the thinking mind stops functioning. That's why it knows so much. It can perceive so much. It can discriminate so much because the thinking mind stops functioning. Okay? And how do you get there? Do not discriminate. I keep on hearing this all the time. I explain a little bit, and say, but it sounds really good. But how, but I'm not a left-home person. I have my life to live, and what am I supposed to do? Don't discriminate. When it's time to cultivate. Don't make excuses to say, I'm busy, I'm this, I need to have this, I need to do that. So much discrimination right here. You discriminate, you're able to get a lot of information. Okay, you can see the wonderful functioning of your six sense organs. Again, this is something that you should hear about it, and if you believe it, then all you have to do is say, in the future, I'd like to get here. I want to see it. I want to be able to experience this. His disciples are able to experience this. The Buddha's disciples have experienced this. Okay? Yes. 3.
Thank you, Master. I'm letting your Dharma kind of wash over me, and I'm hearing you say there's a relationship between great substance and great function. And my takeaway is there's this recursive loop between the two, where as you build great substance with great function, you can build more great substance. Is that
correct?
Thank you, Master.
How about the opposite? Suppose I certify you to have great substance. Just for the sake of argument. I know you guys don't even ask me the good question. I have to ask myself these difficult questions. You ask me stupid questions like, how can I have hearings at 10,000 things and I want my eyes to eat. What a stupid questions. No one asked me, what if you certified me to have great substance, and I don't use it? I use it improperly. What's going to happen to me? You asked for it. You have a great substance, but you choose to abuse it. And pursue your selfish desires. Remember, great substance comes with great responsibilities or great use. Does it make sense to you? You work so hard to get there. Okay? That's when you use it, you do the great use. You discover such wonderful things about life, about yourself. But you don't use it, you abuse it to serve yourself only. Do you deserve the great substance? Think Buddhas are stupid? Yes, DTT.
Master, how do, I don't even know how to use the substance properly, and obviously I don't know how to use the substance inappropriately. So can you teach us how to use the substance first?
Oops, sorry, time is up. It's clockwork. It's like clockwork. As soon as time is up, it's movement. Thinking too much. Yes, 3. Just follow along and do it, and then it will naturally happen. Yeah.
Thank you, Master. I really appreciate how you draw the connection between great substance and great function in this recursive way. I believe I understand some great functions that could build more great substance, cultivation being a general description of it. But what are some great functions that you recommend we practice?
We help others before we forget about ourselves. If all you think of all day long is yourself, you'll be depressed. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you will always be depressed. Always. Shh. You don't believe me today? Check this video again next month. Okay? In the winter, 2027. Okay? All right. Sorry, folks. I'd love to hang out with you, but we don't want to hinder someone else's functions. Thanks a lot, folks. Good night.